This one guy says, "I love how you put the hot pocket in there without its little sleeve." Maybe I should upload something stupid like I don't know, some mini pizza in the microwave. Maybe I'll get a lot of views that way.
All right, man, we're live. Yo, check it out, KAMIKAZE Soundwaves, man. And we haven't done this in a while, but it's me and the infamous Jrpg Gaming. And Jrpg Gaming just got a SNES Mini. So, Jrpg, what's going on, bro? Other than that, man.
Oh yeah, doing doing good. Yeah, like I said, we were just talking earlier. Yeah, other than Hugh Hefner passing, that's really the only big like newsworthy story going on right now.
Oh shit! Oh, I forgot to turn the volume off on that.
I have no diplomacy. I have
There we go.
Oh yeah, don't want to get flagged.
So, yeah, man. So, hey, man, tell us all about your SNES Mini. I know that you've got a story behind you. Apparently, you got a couple of them, but I'm just curious, man. How did everything go down tonight, man? There was like no. It looked like I saw your video. It was like there was just some pretty humble people out there just get an
Yeah,
SNES Mini. It wasn't like riots in the street or nothing like that. Yeah.
yeah, that was surprising. I thought there'd be like tons of people waiting, but there was only like maybe 10, 12 people, and our local Walmart only had like two boxes, and then some other dudes after everyone got there, some people tried to like be douchebags and get like an extra one, and there was one guy who got back in line and said, "Hey, yeah, if I'm gonna get an extra one for my buddy, I'm gonna charge him $20 more." I said, "Hey, that's not very nice."
So have you opened it up or played with it or hooked it up or anything? Is it still in the box and all that?
Oh yeah, it's still in the box. This one's for a buddy of mine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna be getting mine at GameStop in a couple of hours.
Mm.
But yeah, everybody's already showed like unboxings, IGN and GameStop and everybody, so there'd be really no point showing an unboxing that everybody. But I might do like a like comparison, showing it like to the original and the junior and the mini. It's amazing how the box is about the same size as the original NES mini box. It's amazing how small that thing is.
Oh well, I wouldn't say that's well. Here's the thing. I mean, I don't have one, but I wouldn't say it's amazing. I mean, I got a fucking Retro Pi
Retro
3.
Pie.
You can do like fucking 5,000 games, just like much smaller than that. So I don't know how amazing how small it is. You know what I mean? Uh, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I
I mean,
saw. Oh, go ahead. I was
no,
gonna
no,
say I saw the Retrobo made like a 3D printed case. I've seen a lot of people do that,
mm-hmm,
and
yeah.
I don't know if you checked eBay lately. A lot of people from China are trying to scam and rip people off. They make the box that looks like the SNES Mini, but it says like 500 games, which of course is a lie because the NES Mini only has 30 built-in games unless you hack it.
Super Mario chose.
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So, so, other than that, man, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Infinite, something we've talked about several times, came out about a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So the reviews have been pretty bad.
Oh well, I'm still gonna get it in a year anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But so have you seen any of the reviews? Have you like looked into it at all?
No, I have not.
So the same thing like the beta, man. Like the apparently like just the characters and all of it just looks trash. It looks
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. I
Um,
remember you said about the same thing, and I was watching you play the beta.
Yeah, the characters, the models, all of it just looks terrible. Um, but I mean, aside from that, I mean, I think they gave everybody like kind of what they were wanting was like a story element to it, and et cetera, et cetera. But that's apparently god awful, and
Yeah.
uh, and so be it, whatever. But I guess what it all still boils down to is it's still mechanically a great fighting game.
Hmm.
And still everybody still has that burning question and not burning question because I guess it's already been answered, but uh, you know, now getting down to it, like where the fuck are the X-Men? I mean,
Yeah.
you really take Wolverine, Magneto, and Storm out of that equation. Like, those are like three of the most best characters to play as on the Marvel side, and they're just absent. And they thrown in some other characters, but like some characters, like why? For what reason? Marvel ones I can't think off the top of my head, but like Capcom I can definitely think of. Like Spencer, why? What the fuck is Spencer doing in there? Who asked for Spencer? Why did Spencer need to be in a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game? For what fucking reason? Did people really like fucking Bionic Commando that much to have him in the fucking fighting game? Is he really that popular of a character? I don't think so. Maybe
Well,
I mean,
oh, go ahead. I was
no,
gonna say, I guess on the Marvel side at least, it's since Disney owns Marvel now. I guess they're just using them for movie plugs of upcoming their upcoming movies. I guess.
yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, there's a part of me still, even now that it's out, I'm like, man, fuck. I kind of want to play it, man. I kind of want to play it. And I want to play it just to, like, as a joke, to, like, riff on it.
Well, like I said, it's at Redbox now, so you can rent it if you want. Like I said, I'll just wait and get it in a year when they re-release it with all the DLC included.
And man, if they do that, dude, oh man, I'm fucking, as soon as they re-release that, or if there's a fucking hint of that in the air, my camera's going on and it's going on fire. Dude, I'm gonna fucking yell and scream.
I'm calling it. They're gonna do it. I'll call it.
Yeah, I mean,
just wait and see.
yeah, I know. I mean, but the thing is, well, here's the thing. I've heard, and when I made that video about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I had tons of people tell me they'll never do that. They told me they won't do that. Capcom promises they won't do that. Oh, okay. All right.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you mean to tell me all this company who's done nothing but things like that promised you they won't do it? They promised you. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. Well, we'll fucking believe it when we see it. There's no way in hell that they're not gonna do an updated game. There's no. All right. All right. Fair enough. Even if they don't do an updated game, okay, fair enough. But I guarantee you, any characters that come out for that are gonna be like $6 and above. Period.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why the season pass is like, I think like $20 because the base game is 60 and the deluxe edition is like $90. So basically, like, I think there's like 6 characters or so. So basically, like $5 each, pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Even do you know who Maximilian Dude is?
Possibly, I think.
He's like a YouTuber. He's like strictly all about.
I thought you were like a fictional character or something.
No. Yeah, he's like all about fighting games, like a YouTuber guy. And he was like showing this video about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and it was like this thing called Classified. But he clicked on it, and apparently it just opens right up. And I think like you're not supposed to see this, but I think they're showing off the new characters that come by accident. And they had their full character models like visible and everything. Like obviously you can't play as them or they don't move, but like they were showing off character models and like a few of them, like Black Panther. That was the only one I can think of off the top of my head. There was several other ones from both sides. Clearly, I think those are the characters that are to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was let's see, that one, Spider-Man, Venom, and like 2 or 3 other ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sigma. I think was available day 1, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think you can play as Sigma. I think Sigma's going to be also a downloadable character.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, if you get the deluxe. Funny how Ultron is in the like day 1 in the regular edition, but Sigma, no, you got to pay for him.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's tempting. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, as tempting as I am to rent it right now, I'm just gonna wait.
Mm. So, what game are you gonna play first on the NES Mini, man?
Oof. That's a tough call. It's probably gonna be between Super Metroid and maybe Earthbound and probably saving Super Ghouls and Ghosts probably for very last, because that game's gonna drive me like mentally insane.
What about the Star Fox 2 game, man? That doesn't catch your fancy?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot and see what all the hoopla is about. And I came close to beating the original Star Fox one time. Oh, that pissed me off. I had a completely box copy that I was selling for a friend of mine who runs a gaming booth at a flea market, and I was like, I'll just try it. And dude, I was kicking ass. Like, I don't know what was going on, because as a kid, I always sucked at the game. I was like, what's going on here? I'm like kicking all kinds of ass, and it's cool. And I'm like, "Ugh." Don't you hate it when like you look up a Let's Play and you see you were so very close to beating a game? That doesn't it piss you off?
Oh man, a lot of shit. Yeah. But here's the thing about the original Star Fox. Like dude, I was very young when that game came out. But I remember my cousin beat it. We had like a sleepover, and whatever, he beat it. Like and I sit there and watched him do it, and I was like, dude, how the fuck did you do that? Like, I thought he was a gaming god, man. Because I tried to play that shit, and I was like, bop, 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 and I'm fucking dead. Like, I just fucking fart and roll away, you know? Like, and this dude, he beat the whole fucking thing. Honestly, I don't remember if he did it on, I'm pretty sure he did it on easy mode. It was like the robot Andros, where it wasn't like the real Andros. But no, he did it. He beat it, and I watched him do it, and I was like, holy fuck, man, that's amazing. For some reason, I just had like a stigma around the game where I thought like it was too hard. Like, I didn't think I could be able to beat it. But no, I watched somebody do it when I was young, and for some reason I never thought I could do it. But Star Fox 64 is a different fucking story, man. I had a gold medal on every fucking world on that fucking game. And I can get a gold level or a gold medal on every world like without even trying when I was in my prime playing that game. Now, not so much, but
Yeah, I enjoyed watching you stream Star Fox Zero, even though I know you were raging a lot.
oh man, the game, it's frustrating for no reason though, dude. It's just frustrating for no reason, man. It just gives you a fucking headache. And,
I think the hardest one is that robot dude that kept crushing. Is like, oh, I'm gonna break something. I'm gonna break something.
yeah, the monkey thing. He has like a little X on his ass, ready to shoot him in the butthole. I'm like, that's even weird on its own, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I remember your commentary was like, yeah, what's he doing, posing like the Ginyu Force?
Yeah. He was doing that though.
But yeah, we're just at now where Piccolo forfeited against Frost, and now Vegeta's gonna kick his ass this weekend.
Oh man, so I can't spoil it for you, but that's gonna be great. That's great. You're gonna look. Well, shut up. I gotta shut up. There's a little. All right. The only thing I gotta say this. There's a twist to it. There's a twist to it, and you'll see it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there is a twist to that shit. Where I'm at, man, I really want to tell you, but it's gonna spoil it. I don't even want to say it because it's gonna spoil it. But it's man, the tournament is heating up, man. It's getting like down to the fucking bare bones minimum. A few people from Earth have already been kicked off, but Universe 7, which is Dragon Ball Z universe, is still doing very well. So. Next, and here's the thing: the next episode that's coming out this Saturday is a full hour. It's a full hour, so it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah. So apparently, I can't talk about it, man. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. All right, get off Dragon Ball Z because I'm gonna ruin it. Because I really want to talk about it, but I can't talk about it.
Well, you can give a tidbit. It's not gonna bother me.
Nah, dude. Dude, the thing is, when you get to this point, and if I tell you about it now, and you weren't like looking for these spoilers, you can be like, man, fuck that guy, man. He ruined the whole thing for me. So I know it because I wouldn't want to be told what's gonna happen either. So I'm gonna just go ahead and kill it. But I do have one announcement though. And if you look on my stream, man, this fucking thing right here, I got a new fucking chair, man. The Retro Bro was killing me for too long, man. I found this chair at fucking Goodwill for like $15, man. And check this shit out. I can lean back. It doesn't make any fucking noises. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Retro Bro said when he watches like the podcast, he just fast forwards past the Dragon Ball Super shit, but let me go ahead and ask you this since you're already ahead. Have you watched GT?
All right, I started GT. Okay, I started GT. I've caught certain pieces of it, which are like the most crucial parts of it. I know about the ending, but to watch it in a whole, no, it just didn't do it for me, man. It just didn't do it.
Okay, well let me ask you this since you've probably already seen like in GT, the Supreme Kai and Kibito are still fused, but of course in Dragon Ball Super they get separated using the Namekian Dragon Balls. I wanted to make a discussion video on this subject, but just haven't had time to get around to it. Do you think with Dragon Ball Super now, do you think Dragon Ball GT is irrelevant? And yes, I know Akira Toriyama didn't have anything to do with it. Yes, I know, but do you think that makes GT like irrelevant now as far as story is concerned?
Okay, as far as GT, Tori, what's his name?
Akira Toriyama.
There we go, Akira Toriyama. He's already stated that's canon. None of that existed. He's already stated that. Like, that never existed. He had no involvement with that.
Yeah, I know.
He had no hand in that. So as far as, like, the actual world that world lives in, he's already stated, like, that doesn't exist. That's not real. To go from Super to GT, if that's the case, if GT does actually exist, it still wouldn't make sense that they're finishing, or not finishing, I haven't finished Super, it's not done yet, but from watching Super from what I'm up to this point, GT can exist. And the realm that I love and the realm that I like to live in is Z and Super, and to me, like, I think GT was kind of trash. So honestly, I mean, there was moments in GT. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it wasn't like the worst god awful thing I've ever seen. There were some really good moments in there. But I will say that no. I mean, if GT has to be like that exception where it's just like, a whole Dragon Ball Z movie, like the Broly, Bio Broly, and all that shit. Okay, fine, so be it. I mean, it is what it is. It was fun to watch, or certain parts were fun to watch, but as a series, I didn't like it, and I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. And I did not like GT. I did not like it.
Yeah, that's what one of the people at when Christopher Sabat came to visit Mississippi during our Comic-Con this year, someone asked for it, and he thought it was okay, but of course you have to look at it both sides. Granted, at the time GT was made, Super did not exist, so I guess you have to look at it both ways. But now that so I guess even though GT was made by someone else, I guess we just have to like pretend that does not exist at all. And what do you think of Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Akira Toriyama created a new character specifically for that game?
That's pretty cool. I saw that, and that's pretty fucking cool. Android 21, that looks really, really fucking cool. And here's the thing though. All right, these are my thoughts on the new character being introduced. People are like, what the fuck? But my thought is, this is a 3-on-3 fighting game. There's only so many fucking characters, I guess, we can come up with. I guess that would make sense. I mean, if you want to throw some, funny characters in there, like maybe Poor, or whatever's name of the cat thing. Yeah, I'm just Cat. If you want to throw that in there, so be it. But I mean, it's a 3-on-3 fighting game, so they have to have some kind of like at least decent roster in order for it to be a 3 versus 3, because you're going to end up with the same fucking combination of characters over and over and over, right? But I think that was really cool for him to do that, and even for that character to be added into that. I think that's pretty fucking cool. I saw the character model. I haven't seen any fights with that character in it, but I saw the character model, and I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I had no problem with that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and they said, one little bit I've read, they said, A, there's going to be a big emphasis on story with this game, and B, she's about equal. Yeah, I can't even talk. Equal on intelligence as far as Dr. Gero is concerned. So that's interesting. Is it Android 20? That's who he is.
Yeah. Android 20. Oh man, Android 20, man, that motherfucker. Oh man, it was 19. It was a 19. 19 was like the fucking big fat white round.
Big fat dude.
Yeah, that was so epic when Vegeta killed that motherfucker though. He was like, does the machines like yourself ever experience fear? He's like, yeah, yeah, that was pretty fucking awesome. So no, I mean it's cool. I have no problem. I mean I have no issues with that. I mean it's cool. It's just another character added into it. At this point, I'm still saying out loud that it's still kind of a day one for me, man. Like I said, I'm really looking for. I really want to kind of be a hypocrite and get Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck it, man. I think that still even right now with everything that's going on with Dragon Ball Z Fighter, I'm cool with it, man. I'll even pre-order if I have to get those certain characters and like the Dragon Ball or the
Super Saiyan God. Yeah,
Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'll still probably pre-order, but probably closer to the day. Hopefully, somebody will get an early copy and like let me know that I'm not making a terrible decision.
Well, it's from what I've been hearing, people were a lot more interested in that game versus Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is pretty bad. But like I said, I'm probably gonna get both games later anyway. So.
Well, I mean, like I said, Infinite, man, the story looks terrible, the character models look terrible, but I mean, the fighting's still there. I mean, but I don't understand like why we went from, originally Marvel vs. Capcom was 2-on-2. Okay, I get it. Then you get the 3-on-3, 3-on-3. Then we getting back to 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Like, wait,
Yeah.
I mean, where's the progression? Like, what the fuck? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I get it. But apparently there's like a lot of things in there like that make it more intricate where you can like add certain things. Like I said, I haven't played the game. I've only watched reviews. But there's certain things that like make your characters have like certain things that's easier for them to do or whatever. So,
the stone things.
yeah, stone things. So that looks interesting. I get it. It looks cool. But still, man, I gotta pass it up, man. I gotta pass it up.
Like I said, I'll just wait for all the DLC included. But what are your thoughts on the whole one button supers again?
And that was another thing that I saw in the review. Like it's dumbed down. It's dumbed down for the casual player again. Okay, so Marvel vs. Capcom. All right, so let's just throw this out there. Okay, you never played a Marvel vs. Capcom game, right? And your first one you started with 3, and you're like, oh hell yeah, man, I can take on anybody. I'm the master of this game because I hit 2 triggers at the same fucking time, bro. I know how to fucking use supers. Okay. Well, let's play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and let's see how fucking good you are. It's a different fucking story. It's a different fucking world. And from what I understand with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, like I said, I haven't played it, but they've even dumbed it down even more with one button supers. And even it's almost like Killer Instinct from, like I said, from what I've heard, where you just like mash buttons and just get combos. Like you don't have to be intricate to learn the fucking moves, to learn that shit. You just fucking mash buttons and you just get fucking 72 hit combo, crazy, headshot. It's like, dude, like you don't have to even learn anything. You just fucking mash buttons and you're a master. So like I said, I can't confirm that. I haven't played it, but that is something of what I understand about what it is.
Yeah.
And that's fine, man. I mean, it's like they're making it more for the casual player, and I feel like every game has kind of done that. They make it more easier and accessible. Like, I'll put that in the realm of like Destiny, okay? So Destiny 1 was like a grinder's, like you had to grind, man. Like you really had to grind and you really had to be committed. Destiny 2 is kind of like, nah, you guys don't need to grind. We'll just give everything to you. Do you know how long it took me in Destiny 1 to get one exotic weapon? And I don't know if you like understand the reference of getting an exotic weapon. I mean, I don't know if you follow Destiny like really at all. But to put it into context, like, I didn't get my first exotic in Destiny 1 and like with like playing it for like almost 5 months. Maybe even 6. Destiny 2, they give you one automatically just for beating the campaign. Like it's just given to you. It's like everything is just like kind of given to you and thrown at you. Like, and if it's not like, oh, it's too hard, I don't like this shit. Fuck this, I'm boycotting it. And nah, hell no, I'm not buying this shit. It's like, why? Or I'm returning it. Dude, like, I mean, they made the game for a reason the way that it is. Like, if you don't like it, don't, fuck off. These game companies always just cater to like the more casual player, and I guess that's where the market is. I kind of understand that, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so what? If you didn't like it, if you don't enjoy this thing, like, why are you bowing to the people who don't like it? You should listen and pay attention to the more people who do like it. And that's my thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this then. Do you think this is where gaming is going, just like now with like what I like to call the whole 60-40 thing? Like you get 60 of the game now and 40% is the season pass, and like you were just saying, games catering to more towards casuals versus the hardcore gamers. But I think like with fighting, if there's a good like balance for both newbies and veterans, I think that's fine. But for me with fighting games, I've never cared if there's a big story or not. I mean, if they wanted to like put a big emphasis on story this time, that's fine.
And that's a good thing. I mean, there's no reason that they shouldn't, you know? Story is not, I mean, you know, it's been absent from a lot of fighting games, and I guess it makes sense to do that, and it's easy to get over on that. I mean, their core mechanics should just be like the fighting, and that's it. If they have a little storyboard thing of when you beat the game, I mean, really, it's there for the people who are subscribed to playing that fighting game or in the tournaments, and all they should really focus on the mechanics and et cetera, et cetera. But for them to actually go out of their way and add a story into it, as terrible as from what I heard it is, still, I guess the motion of them adding the story in is still cool. If that's how you want. I mean, it's a nice gesture. But
Yeah, nice touch, yeah.
But when I hear that it's flat out like laughable and ridiculous, like I said, I haven't played it, but I mean and I didn't play the beta. But when I played the beta, I'm like, why? What the fuck? Chun-Li just shows up. She's like, "What's up, Captain America? How you doing, sir?" She's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Chun-Li? How's your little multi-kick thing coming on? You just press the button and it kicks?" She's like, "Yeah, it's cool." And she's like, "You still just throwing that shield around?" He's like, "Yeah, man. You know," I'm just like, how do you know each other? These are two separate fucking universes. You shouldn't know you. What is wrong with having a story where there's like something melting apart where you have to meet each other, learn each other, be like, have like, this defensive guard up against you. Like, we're not just automatically best friends because like Chun-Li and, Captain America are both essentially good guys or good people. Like, why are you friends? How do you know each other? What's your backstory? No, it's cool. We know each other. It's good. We go way back. Well, why and when and how? You know what I mean? And why can't there just be some kind of substance story where these two universes come together, they meet, they all have to figure each other out? Like, I don't think that, I mean, imagine the possibilities of this game if that was the case, if they really took the time to do something like that. I think that it would be an amazing story. Marvel versus Capcom, like Marvel meets Capcom. Imagine the possibilities, man. Like Dante and Deadpool, like joking it up and laughing it up, but like, really, not that close, but like really, wanting to fight each other, but happen to be on the same side, something like that. I just don't understand, like, why they can't take, that situation and turn it into something bigger versus just like some mediocre, straight by the books numbers of good versus evil and just, make something interesting. But it's whatever, man. It was going to be bare bones minimum, and we all knew that. But like I said, the core mechanics of the game is all that anybody really cares about who bought that game. And let's be real, let's be honest. Anybody who bought that game, we're like, okay, cool story. Okay, there's a little added thing in here. Okay, cool. But really, at the end of the day, anybody who was like down for that shit day one, all they really cared about was the core mechanics because they're just fighting game aficionados. Like, that's just them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even back in the day, even back when fighting games barely had any story emphasis anyway. I mean, who bought fighting games for the story anyway? Even Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, and 3 barely had any story at all. I mean, 3 was bare bones story. Like, Galactus wanted to eat Earth, and okay, his story is you have to stop him. The end.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But I mean, even yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, if you're already going that far to even make a story about it in the first place, can we get more than like just a drawn thing with like a little text at the bottom, like describing what it is? Like Wolverine says, "Arr!" Like I can see that from the fucking picture. You know what I mean? I guess I get it. Like comic books and Marvel too. Like you see the picture, you read the words, whatever. I guess it kind of worked that way too. And like I said, fair enough, man, fair enough. But like, I mean, I get it. Like I said, it's what it boils down to, it's a fighting game, and it should be good in the fighting aspect. But if they're gonna add a story, that's good. Even though it may be good, it may be bad, it still should be the gesture they're even doing it in the first place because they don't have to. But still, like, if they're gonna do it, like, why do such a fucking poor job about it? Why make it so terrible? Like, it's just, apparently from what I've seen in the reviews, it's basically a laughing stock. And they got it. I mean, they have to have some kind of like self-awareness and know that this story is terrible, right? I mean, you think, right? Or do you think, like, when they were done writing the script and everything, like, the computer animators were like, yeah, this is getting an Academy Award. Did they really think, like, the story was that good? I mean, do you really think that, though?
No, but I mean, like I said, I don't put great emphasis on the story anyway. As long as it kind of makes sense, that's fine. But let me ask you this now: do you think it's gonna be a while before we see Marvel vs. Capcom 5, if at all? Now?
Well, yeah, it's been like what, 3 years at this point, right? Since Marvel vs. Capcom 3, yeah, it's been 3 years, right?
Let's see, yeah, 3 came out. Was it 2010 or 2011? No, because the Ultimate came out. Yeah, Ultimate came out in 2012, so yeah, it was 2011.
Shit, we're talking like 7 years then, or 6 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a while, man. This will have to tide you over. There's gonna be a lot of fucking iterations. I guarantee. There's gonna be a lot of DLC. There's gonna be a lot of DLC, a lot of characters added. And you know what, man? You know what just popped into my head? You know what Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Ultimate Edition might be? The X-Men are back. It could be, man.
If Disney allows it.
I'm just saying, man. You know what? It's what it is, man. I said I'm not buying it. I don't care. But if they just, honestly, fuck, man, I'm so on the fence about this fucking game. It's driving me crazy because I really want to play it and I really want to hate it. I'm so fucking torn, man.
Well, like I said, if you want to rent it at Redbox, by all means, it's there.
Yeah. Still, here's the thing though, because I made this like video and I was like so stern about it. So like I feel like even if well, you know what? I might have to like just secretly play it. I don't record it. I don't tell nobody. I like turn the lights off and turn the volume down real low, just so no one knows that I played it. You know what I mean? Oh fuck! That I gotta like delete all the info. So like if someone saw a trophy on my fucking thing, they're like, "You motherfucker, you lying piece of shit! You said you weren't gonna play it. I can't trust you anymore."
Like I said, even if you don't show any footage, I would love to like hear your thoughts after you play it. But of course, granted, what's at Redbox is the bare bones edition, not the deluxe edition, though.
Yeah, nah, that's cool, man. You know what, man? If I'm strolling by the fucking Redbox, you know what, and I see it in that thing, I might pick it up for a night just to say I played it, or at least go through the campaign real quick, just to like laugh at it or joke at it or flip my finger up at it or something.
Well, it's funny. Like I said, you know how Slotus are under that non-disclosure agreement, because I asked Johnny on Bosch last year when he was here at Mississippi Comic-Con in 2016. I said, do you know if there's going to be a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 or not? And he couldn't answer me.
Yeah.
And he is the voice of Zero again. Of course, most people already know that who've played it. Of course, I cheated. I looked at like Capcom like wiki, whatever, like character roster, and I saw he was there. The only reason I want to play is because X is in it. Because I've wanted like X to be playable ever since the second one. Because you remember in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, yay! Oh, they give us X is not in it, but here you can have a Zero character skin that looks like him. I mean, who wants that?
So you're a huge Mega Man guy. Like, hands down, if you had to pick between Mega Man and Zero, like, who's your favorite?
You mean X or classic Mega Man?
No, like Zero, Zero.
Well, Zero's pretty good, but you got to get like up close because he uses his sword. Of course, X plays a lot like uh classic Mega Man. I think both are good. A lot of people are comparing Zero like to they consider him to be the modern version of Proto Man from the classic series.
Hmm. I will say, like, you remember, like, I don't know, you're a huge Mega Man fan, but like back when you played like Mega Man X, was it like, I don't know, to me and like the people like that really liked that game when you played it, there was this like whole lore about Zero. Like he was just like this badass, infamous
Yeah.
character like you just couldn't play as, but he was like the master, the best. You know, like.
Yeah.
Do you remember that shit? Did you
Yeah.
kind of have that same like sentiments or at all?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
like X2 couldn't play them, of course, in X3 you could a little bit, but of course it wasn't until X4 when you could actually play a full game as him.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that shit. And that was the first one on PS2,
Yeah.
right?
I was on PS1. It was also on the
PS1. Oh fuck, I'm.
Sega Saturn.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The game is on a PSN if you want to buy it for like $5.99.
yeah. I'm good, man. No, man, Mega Man games will make you fucking break something.
Well, honestly, to me, the classic games are more frustrating. That's why I'm playing Mega Man 9 in short bursts because I've heard like that game is like crazy difficult even with save states.
Well, the first Mega Man Legacy was like on sale for like $5 a little while ago, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm good. No, man, I like to keep my sanity.
Well, I think games like Ghosts and Goblins and Super Ghouls and Ghosts and such would probably even like you said I think it was you that said it was also was it Super Ghouls and Ghosts is like a 2D Dark Souls, I think you said, or somebody else that I watched.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No, man. No, I'm good, bro. I'm not fucking with that shit, man. That shit's hard for like no reason.
Well, the first Mega Man X is somewhat pretty easy, even for casual people.
Well, I never played. I got into Mega Man like around. Oh, not around. I got into Mega Man with Mega Man X. So like that's where I started. Like that's where I was at. Like that's what I played, and I played it from there on forward. I did do the justice of like going back and playing some of the old Mega Man games, and I can't remember which ones like I started. Like I don't know if it was 3 or 4. I don't remember which one I played, but I remember playing it and I was like, nope, no way, and fuck, this shit is insane. You can't slide. You know, with Mega Man X, you at least you had options, right? You can charge, you could slide, you could do all that shit. This is just like running, gunning, and you know what?
Yeah.
If you're not good at that shit, you might as well just fucking hang it up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they made that's why I heard that's why they made Mega Man 9 into like Mega Man 2 style, because that's why that game was on the Mega Man 2 was on the NES Classic, because that's what everybody liked. Of course, the only reason that Mega Man 2 pissed me off because you only have 4 E-cans, but say you have 5 lives. Oh, you lose all your 5 lives, all your 4 E-cans go bloop, bye-bye.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Arrgh." And I played the hard way on PS2, no save state, so I'm like, dude, I busted my ass to be like through those 6 games. I'm like, nope. Even though I love 7, like 1 through 6, nope, I ain't touching that shit again. Nope. Oh, but thank you, glitches, for NES games. Mega Man 1, had it not been for like pause glitch, I never would have finished it.
So, you told me you told me like maybe like a week ago. You said you had like a really funny story to tell.
Now I don't even remember. I should have wrote it down. Fuck. I should have wrote it down. I don't remember now. I don't remember what it was now.
Mm.
Probably couldn't be later.
Mm. So, Destiny.
Oh yeah, now I remember. I was gonna tell you about the Richard. Bro, I could do a funny voice. I don't know if you want to make people laugh or not. It's up to you if you want to make people laugh.
No, yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay, introduce yourself. Hi, Kamikaze. My name's Beavis. Yeah. To me, the NES Classic sucks. Yeah. As a kid, I didn't even know I could do like the funny boys. I'm not like these popular YouTubers that make mess with their voice. I was just like I said, play around with voices. I imagine the retro bro probably watch this later. He'll probably laugh.
Fucking yeah, man. Beavis and Butthead was a shit, man. Oh man, I used to watch the shit out of that fucking thing, man.
Yeah, it's funny we all watched stuff we're not supposed to do that, and I've never understood how that and shows like Ren and Stimpy were on a like network for children, even though they shouldn't have been on there.
Ren and Stimpy was just fucking weird, man. I mean, but it was like, I mean, but I like to watch the Nostalgia Critic, and like he's like, you know, he's really good about in depth about reviews and whatever, et cetera, right? And apparently, like the creator of Ren and Stimpy was asked one time, "Are Ren and Stimpy gay, like for each other?" And he was like, "I don't know, it's none of my business." He's like, he's the one who created them and shit. And he was like, "I don't know, it's none of my business." I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think reboots of like shows and all that would do very good. And yeah, I'm probably gonna. And also, I don't know if you remember the old Top Cat cartoon.
Oh, I remember Top Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, they came out with a like kind of like CG like animation similar to the Yogi Bear movie. I haven't. I'm probably gonna.
Oh,
rent,
fucking
like,
kill me now. I'm not watching that one. It's probably as good as fucking Garfield or some shit.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch Top Cat at least. But I haven't seen all of like Yogi Bear. I only saw like bits and pieces of it, and for some reason I liked Top Cat more than the Flintstones and Jetsons and everything else.
You're talking about are you talking about the cartoon? The cartoon?
Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like live action. I was like, I haven't seen a live action Jetson one. I was like, if you like the live action Flintstone movie, like, dude, we can't be friends anymore. That movie's fucking awful in every way, shape, or form.
Dude, it sucks.
No, dude. Like, there's no way you can justify the Flintstones movie. That doesn't happen in any realm.
The cartoon was great, but yeah, and even the Jetsons meet the Flintstones crossover. That was cool.
Yeah. That was all right. Remember? Do you remember Heathcliff?
Yeah. I love that cartoon.
Heathcliff was a shit, and he's just a cool, slick fucking. He was like a thief, man. He was like that's why people everyone growing up like doing shoplifting and shit.
Just modern cartoons don't have anything in all the old like stuff. It's just, dude.
There's no character, man. There's no character in the characters.
It's just
like SpongeBob. Like I dude. I mean, if literally I have 2 penalties in life, like I go to court if I commit like some bad crime, they're like, you're sentenced to 100 years to watching SpongeBob or by firing squad. Dude, give me a fucking blindfold and a cigarette. I'm out. I'm done. I cannot watch that show. That character is fucking beyond ridiculous. SpongeBob is not funny to me in any way, shape, or fashion, or Patrick, or fucking Squidward. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's not funny in any capacity. And if you think it's funny, good on you. But for me, it's stupid as fuck. Even my 4-year-old son, he was watching SpongeBob. I was like, hey, you like SpongeBob? He's like, nah, this is dumb. I was like, high five, bro. High five.
it was interesting when it first started, and I just kept going, and I'm like, ugh. It's why I didn't watch like Pokemon for many years, because it was the same story like over and over. Oh, Ash gets his 8 badges, and then he loses. I'm like, okay, and then it's the same story over and over again. I'm like, yay, we just.
But here's the thing.
Here and there.
All right, look, I've never followed Pokemon a day in my life. All right, okay, but here's what bothers me about Pokemon. Okay, the fucking theme song is "I want to be the very best," but apparently Ash is not the best. Why the fuck are we watching this show? Like, we watch Dragon Ball Z because Goku is the goddamn best. He's the best, and he, no matter what, he will find a way to defeat you, to destroy you. Your theme song is so misleading, okay? You're telling me, like, I'm so like, I want to be the very best. Yeah, but you got, like, 5th place. You didn't even get, like, a silver or a bronze star. Like, you didn't even place fucking 4th, okay? So we're supposed to already, like, we're already misleaded about fucking Ash, okay?
Yeah.
He's apparently not the best. Why the fuck are we watching this show? You're not, where's the show about the guy who's the best? I want to watch that show about that guy, okay? Where the fuck is he at? Okay. Well, he's trying. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about. Look, 2nd place is the first loser, Ash. Sit on the bench. Where's the fucking guy we want to watch? And apparently, the fucking Team Rocket have the most important Pokemon in the entire world because he can talk. Why are we, there should be a whole show documented of this shit and him like being like his DNA extracted to learn about him. But you know, whatever. We need to learn about this Pokemon, okay? Alright, this went off on this long tangent, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, get off your chest. It's funny. It's like Nintendo. I was watching like a IGN video a couple years back, and they were like, Nintendo was like, yeah, Nintendo America's like, yeah, we'll make a Pokemon work over here, and of course it just took off. And I remember the rivalry with Digimon during the early to mid '90s, but of course by then after Pokemon took off, Digimon became pretty much irrelevant.
I remember when Digimon came on, and I like frantically searched for the remote, and I was like, "Where is it? Where is it? I gotta find it." Like searching the couch cushions. Cannot watch this. Cannot watch this. Because it just seemed like a knockoff of Pokemon and all that shit. And look, man, if you like that shit, okay, good for you, man. I just look, and there's people out there like if I tell them I like Dragon Ball Z, same thing. The fuck is wrong with you? It's a kid's show. It's, you know, whatever. I'm like, no, man, you don't understand. So I'm sure people have their arguments of why Pokemon's great, but I never got into it. I could never understand it. It just wasn't for me, man. It just wasn't for me.
I mean, it was just like the whole like card collecting phase. I mean, you name it, I probably collected everything like briefly. Was it Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and the only thing I've never done was the whole like Magic shit.
Like
Magic the Gathering or whatever.
Oh, okay. One thing, like as far as cards, I used to collect like I used to be really into sports when I was younger, and I collected baseball cards. And I remember like when those like I think it was Marvel, but remember when like I can't remember who made them, but they were like cards with like comic book characters. I want to say it was Marvel. It was strictly Marvel. And that was a big thing, man, collecting Marvel cards, and like they had like their stats on it and blah blah blah. That was a big thing for me. But remember, like, what was the name of that magazine? It was like Topps magazine or something like that, and it would like tell you what the value of your card was. Was it Topps? I don't know if it was Topps, but there was a magazine. It would tell you like collecting this card is like worth this amount of money if it's pristine, if it's a little bit of damage, and like you could get a chance if you buy this card, if you buy like 8 packs of like this whatever, etc., etc. That was a big thing back in the day because like you could always like think you're gonna like strike it rich by like open like a Scottie Pippen or something, or you open a Wolverine or some shit like that. But that was fun back in the day. I mean, obviously, that completely faded out.
Yeah.
I don't think people collect cards nowadays, like at all, in any retrospect. I think they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's people out there, but for people to collect cards in any aspect today, it's like probably, like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, dude?
Yeah, minuscule. Yes, it's just like comics. It's not as big as it was. Sure, they make comics, but you don't go into your local bookstore and you don't see them like sitting all over the shelves like they used to, especially if it's something that had like printed millions of copies, like the Death of Superman comic. Yeah, that's not going to be worth anything if something had millions of copies. But yeah, I get what you're saying, and I never really read a lot of comics in the 90s to early 2000s. I read a little bit here and there. It was mostly Superman and Batman. Oh, since you're a big Batman fan, did you ever read the comic about Bane where he broke Batman's back?
Oh, I have it. I have both. I have the whole thing. Shit, hold on. I'll show it on camera. Oh shit, I gotta take my headphones off. It's Nightfall. I have Nightfall. Here it is, actually, right here. I have Nightfall 1, which is the entire comic book series, the entire thing in one bound book, and I have Nightfall 2, which is the entire thing. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. I bought these, and these were like, how much were they? They were expensive, man. Like, I mean, it's a fucking. I thought these would be cheap. I was in a Barnes and Noble, and I saw them. I was like, man, I gotta fucking have these. And I bought them and I read them. I read it before when I was a kid, but like, it was so cool to have like that one whole series combined in one thing. So, yeah. So, to answer your question, if like, was I into comic books and shit like that? Yeah, I was. I was definitely into comic books. Not so much like now. I definitely don't go out to like fucking find something. I don't read comic books at all. But if I'm like in a Barnes and Noble and like they have like this whole cool comic book series like wrapped into one, yeah. I'll pick it up if it's reasonably priced, because some of those things are like really fucking expensive, man.
Yeah.
Like insanely expensive, like for no reason. Like those are like I think $35 or $40 a piece.
Yeah. What do you think of the Batman the Animated Series episode where he fought Bane, and basically Batman stuck like a damaged batarang into Bane's Venom gadget thing, and he made it like just like a kind of like not really explode but go out of control.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think about that episode. I don't know. I mean, I've seen all of them. Trust me, I've seen all of them. I can't remember that one off the top of my head though.
It's where Rupert Thorne hires Bane to kill Batman.
Okay. Yeah. Shit. I think I know what you're talking about. Like I said, I can't remember all the episodes. Like I said, I used to sit there and religiously watch the Batman animated series. There's bits and pieces that I remember about the Batman animated series. I can't remember all of them. There's certain pieces that I remember. The biggest one that sticks out for me for the Batman animated series was the Clayface episode. Yeah. That really struck home with me. That one, there was one episode where Superman dressed up as Batman and fought Bane. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Where he fucking fought Bane, and Bane was like, "What the fuck is going on?" That was cool. But no, man, Batman animated series. And what's the fucking what's the villain's name? He's a super nice guy. He's a super nice guy, but his fucking puppet is the bad guy.
Scarface.
No, not Scarface. Scarface is it Scarface?
Yeah, the little
he has a puppet who's like you control. He has a dual personality.
I know the puppet's name is I can't think of a ventriloquist now. I'm not sure if he has a. Fuck! It'll probably come to me later.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right? He's like a super nice guy, and he doesn't want anything bad to happen. And he has he's a ventriloquist, and the fucking puppet controls him. Like he has that dual personality. Those were really. I mean, that's some really dark, deep shit, dude.
Yeah.
God, man, that series is like so fucking ahead of his time, man. You tried to put that shit on now on repeat with like SpongeBob with that shit intermixed. Like next coming the Batman animation was like, kids cover your eyes.
Okay, so they just call him the ventriloquist. That's what they just call him.
Okay.
I thought he had his real character name is Arnold Wesker.
Okay. Wesker. Well, that's a bad name across the board.
Yeah, but him and probably maybe Two-Face are probably the only like characters you feel sorry for, because then you hear about like his backstory. He tried to like be a stand-up comedian or something, and like everybody hated him and shit, and I think it caused him to go crazy or something.
Who the ventriloquist?
Ventriloquist,
ventriloquist. That's a fucking word.
Yeah.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to the Joker, man. The Joker, he even wanted to be a superhero, man. But fuck, man. I tell you, all right. So I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think what makes Batman is his villains. His villains make him such an interesting character because he has so many interesting fucking villains. Now, me and the Retro Bro, I don't know if you saw that show we did, and we were having technical issues across the board. Like, his shit was fucked up, my shit ended up being fucked up. But I proclaim, and I think you know me well enough, Batman's my favorite superhero, hands down. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you put up against Batman. Batman will win. Period. Hands down. With prep time. And I know how that sounds like, oh, Batman, you're going up against this guy. I need 5 minutes. Like, no. If Batman's going up against somebody, he's strategic. He knows to take his time. He knows to do the thing. He knows to learn their character, to learn what their weaknesses are, etc., etc. To me personally, Batman can beat anybody. No problem. No ifs, ands, or buts. But he's got to have prep time. And if he has prep time, he wins automatically.
Yep. And other than like the new Justice League series, it looks like the future of Batman is all these like animated movies that go like straight to DVD or Blu-ray. Like I said, if you haven't seen the new Batman Harley Quinn movie, it's pretty good because when I rented that like the week before last, I was thinking to myself like, how in the fuck are those two going to coexist? Like Batman and Harley Quinn is like, there's no way.
Yeah. He has no patience for shit like that.
Yeah. Well, it's like him and Nightwing are in the front and she's in the back, and he's like, all of a sudden, she just like this like, little fart. It's like, like Nightwing's like, come on, Batman, you gotta open the door. It's like, sounds like discipline, and then she just lets like. A little silent one. It is. I don't want to say too much because it's funny as fuck. And then they have a old reference to the 1960s. Is like, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but as they're like trying to leave this like singing like diner thing or whatever, all the villains gang up on Batman's like, yeah, the only way you're get out of here, bitch, is like in a duffel bag. It's like. And Batman's like, okay, let's dance, bitches. And then they have like the old, like, like the 60s Batman, pow and all that weird shit. I forgot what the first one says, but the second one says bleed. And the last one is just funny as all fuck, dude. It says, the last one's like, oh, my balls.
I gotta watch this shit. Where did you watch it at?
Redbox.
Oh,
I
man.
rented it. It's funny.
Fuck, I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it. Like, that's exactly what I'm doing as soon as we're done here. I gotta watch this shit immediately. I did see a couple snippets of it. I saw that Harley Quinn scene you were talking about. I did see that. I saw another couple little snippets of it, but I haven't watched it in its entirety yet. But yeah, that's like my next objective in life is to watch that immediately. That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Justice League Dark to come in. They're having their next undertaking is it's kind of like old school type Batman, like in like Charlotte. I can't even speak. Sherlock Holmes time, where like this guy's like an old school type like Batman, and he doesn't have like all his gadgets and shit like that. It's pretty good. You'll see it on the like the preview teaser. It's pretty good.
Well, I mean, that's essentially what Batman is.
Yeah. But it's like you see all the Gotham like characters there, but they have like different personalities. They're not like who they normally are. So, and also this was made during the Batman series. It was Batman versus Dracula. If you haven't seen,
I've seen it. I saw that one.
That's good.
Yeah, that one's really good. Batman's getting his ass handed to him in that one though.
Yeah. But he wins in the end, though. Like,
well, he's fucking Batman. He's got to figure you out, understand you, and he'll defeat you.
And also, Batman Under the Red Hood that one's good.
I've seen that one. That's with Jason Todd, who's the original Red Robin. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you watched Supernatural. Jason Achilles, I believe you pronounce his name. Yeah, he voices the grown-up version of Todd, and whew, yeah, I tell you, yeah, first time I rented that, not with Redbox, but with our like cable provider, I was like, whew, man, that was pretty dark, even for like a PG like movie.
Yeah. All of them have been like that, man. I mean, they're all pretty pushing the boundaries of like what's, kid friendly and what's adult, man. But
Yeah.
Batman, that's why I fell in love with Batman to begin with. Like, as watching the Batman animated series, like growing up, man, it was always more adult themed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't consider myself like like very smart when I was young, but I mean, still, like I recognize like these things were very different from like other things that were out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Cartoon Network used to show a lot of the, like I said, PG movies before it started getting PG-13, and up into I can't remember what they said was the best movie ever. Before that was Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. For many years, that was considered like the greatest Batman animated film ever made.
I remember that one. That one's jog my memory. What happens in that one? I know I've seen it. I know the name. I know what happens.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like someone like from Bruce's past that I guess you can call it even a former lover, like in a sense, like, and then the Joker's in it, and I think it has to do with like some crime bosses or some shit. And I'll have to rewatch it. It's been years, and like the I don't want to spoil the person who is the Phantasm though, but like the Phantasm goes like after all these crime bosses, and after Batman discovers who the Phantasm really is, he begs them, to stop. But of course, I don't want to spoil too much in case.
no,
You
I've seen it. I just can't remember it.
Yeah,
It's been a long time. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that movie.
yeah, and
Uh,
also Sub-Zero is pretty good too.
oh yeah. That's a good one. That's a classic. I always, you know what, man? I've always, like I said, I'll say it again, man. The fucking villains, man. They fucking make Batman, man. They're so fucking interesting. Their backstories, their dilemmas. They're actually like not really being a bad person, but doing things for the different with the
Reasons,
Joker. Yeah, the Joker being obviously the exception because he's obviously a fucking lunatic.
Psychopath, yeah.
But everybody else always has like their dilemma and their reason behind why they're doing it because their shortcomings in life and et cetera, and man, I tell you, man, fuck. And I tell you, man, the villains in Batman, they're top notch, man. There should be a fucking Batman 3-on-3 fucking fighting game, which is villains. I'd buy that shit day one too.
Had that been made already?
Yeah, probably never will be. But
Did you play all the was it the Batman Arkham series? Or was it let's see, I'm trying to think. It was uh
it was Arkham Asylum, Arkham
yeah,
City.
Arkham Asylum, yeah, City, Arkham Origins, and Batman Gotham Knight, I believe, is the last one.
All of them, bro. Every single last one of them. I played all of them. Yeah, Arkham Asylum was the first one I played. Obviously, it was the first one, but I got it way after its release because I'm like, superhero game, nah, not there. Fuck that shit. No way in hell. And then that was actually one of the first games I got when I got my PS3. It's a long story. My Xbox 360 got stolen. I was an Xbox fanboy. My Xbox 360 got stolen because my house got broken into, and I replaced it with a PS3. But that was one of the first games that I got, and played it, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, this is fucking amazing. Not on top of that, but it's also my favorite superhero of all time. I'm like, God almighty, they've done this shit some fucking justice. Arkham City, fucking on top of that, improvement, way better. And Arkham, what was Arkham Origins? That was the one where everybody kind of was like, I don't know, you guys are starting to fuck. Well, that wasn't done by
Rocksteady.
Yeah, that wasn't done by them. It wasn't done by a different developer. A lot of people didn't like that one. My thoughts on it, I thought it was fantastic. I liked it. I thought it was really, really good. Those are my thoughts on it. You disagree to disagree. Fair enough. Okay, fine. But I actually thought that Batman game was actually really well done. I actually really enjoyed it. Now, Arkham Knight. Now that was another one where people kind of did not praise it and was kind of really pissed off about the whole, Batmobile thing. I actually love the Batmobile missions, and I love like the whole the Riddler type things that like make you drive through his like little things and shit like that. I thought it was great. I loved it, man. I got really got too many gripes with it. I actually really liked it. I actually really liked it a lot. So if you ask me which one was kind of the odd one out, I mean, I guess Arkham Knight, the last one, was kind of odd out. I didn't really like it as much as I liked all the other ones. And if you actually probably asked me the same question, which my favorite one was, call me crazy. Arkham Asylum is amazing. Arkham City was amazing. But Arkham Origin, even though like people kind of classify that as one of the worst ones, I kind of like that one the most. I know, crazy, but I actually really liked that one, man. I really enjoyed that one. Did you play them?
I haven't, but I really want to. I've watched like gameplay, like some of each one. The main reason I want to like play them is because, of course, the first two at least. I can't think. Mark Hamill came back for the first two, but then of course Troy Baker took over after it, and he's pretty good. I've listened to some of his clips on
Indistinguishable, man. Indistinguishable, man. If you literally were like blindfolded, didn't know. I mean, I guess if you were taking the Pepsi challenge, I guess you could kind of figure out. I mean, obviously Mark Hamill's fucking Mark Hamill. There's no fucking. There's no even arguing that, but he did a really good job, man. He did a really good job.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: do you think the torch has been passed? Do you think from Mark Hamill to Troy Baker? You think?
Dude, look. Okay, you answer that question before you even ask it. You know the answer to that, man. Nobody's gonna top Mark Hamill, man. There's no way that fucking Joker is perfect. I mean, look, Heath Ledger, fuck, amazing. But you put Mark Hamill and fucking Heath Ledger in just, I mean, I guess it's an acting ability and all that with the voicing, but the dementedness, just who he is and all that shit. Mark Hamill fucking knocks that shit out of the park every time. Every fucking time, dude. There's no question about it, man. I mean, in every aspect, the animated series with Mark Hamill, like he just, fuck. That's the Joker to me. Like when I think about the Joker, that's who I picture every time. The animated version with Mark Hamill. I picture that every time. He's fucking insane, man. He's fucking insane. The laughing, the giggling, the dancing, and all that shit. I mean, that's the fucking Joker, man. Take a punch and just laughing it out. He spits a tooth out. I mean, that's the Joker, man.
Yeah, I wish they would make a figurine where you just like press a button and it just laughs, or he says like funny catchphrases. I wonder if like a actual like statue or whatever that exists.
Oh, I'd scare the shit out of my kids with that.
you walk up behind him and press a button.
Yeah, man. Nah, man, he's a definitive man. He's a definitive version, man. Now, like I won't say like man, I'm gonna tell you like this. All right, no bullshit, no. All right, no blowing smoke, man. When I saw Batman and Dark Knight Returns and Heath Ledger's performance, did you see that in the movie theater?
Yes, I did see the Dark Knight in theaters. Yes.
So, I saw it in the theater, right? And I'm not gonna lie, all right. I went and saw it. I mean, this has been like what, I don't know how many fucking years ago. But I had a good friend, and me and him we went to go see the movie. And I dropped him off at the house, and I came back, and I'm like, I'm not gonna front, man. Like I checked my closet, like I opened my closet door. I was like, man, he fucking got up under my skin, man. He was genuinely creepy and scary. Like he was fucking, oh my god. Like, man, like look, man, I watch scary movies and horror movies, psychological horrors. That shit don't bother me, dude. It don't bother me. You can show me the scariest, creepiest, bloodiest psychological horrors. I love shit like that. But when it came to the fucking Heath Ledger's Joker, I'm not gonna lie, man. I got home, I popped my closet door open. I was like, man, I think he even slept with a nightlight that night, man. He got up under my skin, man. He was genuinely fucking scary. Like, I don't know how to put it, man. Good shit from him, man.
Yeah. Well, if you, I know you're not a big fan of Gotham, but it looks like the Scarecrow is going to be the main villain this season, and boy, it's some really messed up shit. I'll say that.
Don't tell me much, man. So I found the whole all 4 seasons for a decent price. I could probably get it for free on Kodi and shit like that, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it because I want to watch them in decent quality and know that I can watch them. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it and just watch it and binge watch it, and I'll get caught up. So we can probably talk about that. It has been a series that I've been avoiding. I'll be honest with you, but it's something I think like I definitely need to get into. So that's on my radar, man. It's I definitely want to watch it. I've heard nothing but great things, so I think I'm definitely I want to dive into it pretty soon. You there? Yo. Yo. Oh, well, there goes and gives my signal, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this thing out, man. I am tired as fuck. It's like 3:30 in the morning. Going on 4. Actually, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Hey, everybody, stop by. Check this out, man. Much obliged, man. I'll check you on the next one. Later.